Hey everyone, I'm Matty P, the host of More Keys right here on Unicorns Live. I'm also a QUSIC alumni, and I am delighted to be here to introduce the first four artists for our second season of QUSIC here on Unicorns Live. The artists will be performing July 5th and 6th at Friends of Dorothy's Lounge in Victoria, British Columbia. And on the hottest day of the year in BC, I have one of the hottest artists to interview. Her name is Isabella Bloodcraft, and a local transgendered artist from Victoria, BC, with a love for the witchy and the macabre. An artist who brings Gothic themes to her creepypop with catch lyrics and beats to get any body moving. I'd like to introduce her right now. Isabella, come on in. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. How are you?
I'm excellent. It's so nice to meet you.
Yes.
Um, Yeah, I was really excited to do this interview with you because personally I'm a huge fan of like 80s goth, 90s metal kind of stuff, and I'm hearing a lot of that in your music. So I was super excited to meet you.
Well, thank
Um,
you.
yeah, so tell us a
Very
little bit.
excited.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about yourself and your music there, Isabella.
Well, from I started music when I was really young, actually. I was about 6 when I first took piano lessons. Didn't last very long. I also have autism, so there's kind of the trigger warnings, the triggers and stuff that I went through when I was doing it was a little hard at the time.
Oh, I can
But I learned
imagine.
how to get through that and kind of taught myself how to play piano just by listening to music. So that's kind of where it all started out from a very young age. But it's kind of grown over the years. I've tried different things. I've tried like a little bit of almost every genre, I guess, at this point. But pop and like this creepy pop, synth pop that I've been doing lately is just kind of what I love, and it's kind of helping me go through a lot right now. So, yeah,
Gotcha. Yeah, I
yeah.
think, music is kind of tied into identity for artists. And I think,
Mhm.
it seems to me after listening to many of your tracks that, your identity is really in there. Like you're almost like you're documenting the process through your songs.
Yes, I definitely. Some of my songs have influences from different things I've gone through in life. It's also influenced from a lot of like movies and stuff that I've seen, TV shows that I've loved that have had characters that I've really grown attached to over the years that I've kind of thrown into my music as well. So it's kind of like a cluster of many things, but it's definitely been something that I've been able to express myself now, and I'm at that place where I feel comfortable to do it, I guess. That's what I'm trying to get.
Excellent.
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
know.
no. Your latest single, Revolver, was really cool. When I'm hearing that you have this sort of gothic creepy pop, I love that
Hmm.
descriptor, by the way. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Um, I hear it, but the music is poppy as well. Like it's not necessarily that dark and angry. It does make me want to dance.
Hmm.
So World on Fire kind of even I even got a bit of Madonna vibes from it.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah, and I know that might be it wasn't what I was expecting to hear, but I'm like this one's dancey. I'm like into it. I'm hearing Madonna. So yeah, I definitely wanted to talk about your influences in music. Like so you're making this kind of darker music with a pop edge. Like
Hmm.
what were you listening to growing up? Like and what are you listening to now?
Well, when I was growing up, actually, it's funny that you brought up Madonna. Madonna was one of the first pop music artists that I was introduced to. A friend of the family actually just gave me a bunch of tapes as a child. It was just like, here you go, here's a bunch of Madonna, and I was like, oh my gosh,
Nice.
this is amazing. And that's kind of where I got this love for like the goth fashion because she had a lot of that in her early albums and
That's true. Yeah,
very
the Like a
yeah
Prayer kind of
like a
era
prayer, like
too.
that
Yeah.
beautiful, this like dark, kind of grungy fashion almost. I loved it. So she was definitely the first artist that kind of got me into the poppy sounds, and then kind of went from there. Britney Spears, of course, another huge influence
Wow.
from being young. I like a little bit of everything, which is why it was so hard for me to really settle on something that I was comfortable releasing and sharing with the world. And that's kind of where I came to this place of kind of combining almost all of these musical influences that I've had over the years, and as kind of diverse as they are, kind of melding it together to make my own sound. So, yeah,
Well, it works. It's a very cool sound, and
thank you.
it's something. I'm hearing a lot of The Cure. I'm hearing Depeche Mode. I'm even hearing a little bit of like, some Marilyn Manson kind of stuff. Like, there's that edge to it, but definitely has that pop hook. So,
Thank you.
is this your first time then on Unicorns Live?
Yes, it is. This is my very
Wonderful.
first time. I'm very excited
And
to be here.
oh, well, we're excited to have you. And this QUSIC program is fabulous. And you're going to be kicking off the first night at the Friends of Dorothy Lounge on July 5th. And
Yes,
I'm so excited. I'm going to try to come to the show, by the way, in person.
I hope
Um,
so.
so, what can we expect from this show? What kind of music will you be playing? And what does your stage performance look like?
My stage performance is basically me and some backing tracks, so very pop background. I'm going to be very upbeat. There's lots of dancey songs to get people moving around. That's what I'm
Cool.
hoping for, because I think people are excited to get back into the live kind of shows, and this is kind of the best of both worlds, right? People get to come and support a great cause, as well as also, we can live stream it as well, so everybody has a chance to see it too. So
Exactly.
it's
It really
great.
is. That hybrid is
Hmm.
perfect because you'll have the live audience there that you can actually feed off of instead of, I know a
Yes.
lot of us are playing in our living rooms to nothing but a camera right now. So
Hmm.
the live audience will be great, but then those who are in different cities can watch it. It's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
So you'll be working with some more dancey songs. I'm curious about your production style, a little nerdy behind the scenes talk,
For
but you
sure.
mentioned that you were trained in the piano. And,
Hmm.
I was just like you growing up. I hated learning piano. It's frustrating. And when it finally clicked for me was when, just like you, I started playing by ear and just listening and playing the way I liked.
Yeah.
So I'm interested. Do you still play a lot of piano or keyboards when you're producing your music? Um,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, I do actually. I actually right beside them, I've got one of my keyboards here, and then I have also one
cool.
of the little drum pads. I might be able to turn my camera a little bit so you can see it better,
Oh,
but
yeah, you got a
a
cool
little
setup.
little setup
Yeah,
here, which is nice. So
nice.
yeah. But basically, I've been using a lot of Fruity Loops. I've tried Soundtrap as well, which is a great uh, web-based one that I've used for some kind of beats as well. Um,
Amazing.
but yeah, everything's done at home right now with COVID
Cool.
and low budget. So yeah.
Yeah, but you self-produced artist from home. That's really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
So, as Isabella Bloodcraft, have you? I'm not totally familiar with your performance history, and I'm assuming over the last year and a half there haven't been many in-person gigs. So,
No.
I
So for this will be my first performance as Isabella Bloodcraft in a live environment. So there will be
amazing.
a performance a couple days before for the big Pride event that's coming up, where there's going to be
Cool.
some pre-recorded stuff there, which will be cool.
For the
But yeah,
Victoria Pride Festival,
for
yes?
Victoria Pride, yes, which is
Amazing.
very exciting. Very excited to see everybody's, because it's going to be a huge thing with a bunch of different performers from Victoria and the surrounding areas, which will be great.
Oh yeah, it looks like they have music, drag, comedy, speaking, like everything. It's going to be
Yeah,
a cool show.
it's going to be really cool.
So for those of you watching, you can catch Isabella at Victoria Pride virtual on July 4th, and then the next day in person at the Friends of Dorothy Lounge. And have you been to the
Yes.
lounge before?
I have. It's really nice. I've only been a couple
Yeah.
times. I want to make more of an effort to go there more because it is beautiful, but great staff and great environment,
Yeah.
just beautiful. So I'm very excited to perform there.
I think it's going to be a magical place for a live performance. I really do.
Mm,
So you were telling me a bit earlier, I hope I'm not spoiling any surprises, but you mentioned you had a new single coming out to link up with Pride this summer on July
yes,
9th. Do you want to
I
tell us a little
do.
bit about that?
Sure. So the song is called Break Free. It is a song about finding yourself as just a human on this earth and breaking free from all the chains that we've kind of have just, living here, and especially in the LGBTQ community, there can be a lot of negative thoughts and negative people around you that can bring you down. And the song is really about kind of breaking free from all of that. And it's definitely a very dancey sounding song. So I'm very excited to release that one as
Nice.
well. And yeah, the first time it will be aired will be actually this weekend. There's going to be kind of a video performance of it. That'll be Sunday, and then I'll be performing it live as well on Monday. So
So
yeah.
that's what you'll be performing it for Pride, right on, like as
Yes.
a world debut.
Yes, that'll be the
That's
first
really
time that it'll
cool.
be ever heard, and then again on Monday, which will be great.
Well, Isabella, this sounds like a Pride banger anthem, like right in your style, and I can't wait to hear it. I'm very excited.
Thank you. I'm very
Yeah.
excited to release it.
So, um, as a openly queer artist, a transgender artist,
Mhm.
can you tell me a bit about how your identity plays into your music and how you've used your music to kind of narrate your journey a little bit?
For sure. I think the biggest thing when I transitioned was kind of really becoming comfortable with the person that I am now. It took a lot of work to get to where I am and in the kind of mental headspace that I am now. It wasn't an easy transition. There was definitely a lot of negativity around me. So I definitely pushed through to kind of find this persona that I have now, I guess, which is Isabella Bloodcraft, and being able to put all that kind of all that anger and all that stuff into my
Yes,
music, and then
yes.
being able to just like let it out and have that kind of dancey beat behind it too, to kind of
It's
bring it to
cathartic,
the
isn't
next
it?
level. It really
Yeah.
is. And yeah, I think being in the queer community and being queer myself, it's been a huge help for me, I guess, with my music writing, because I think we can all agree that we've all have experiences that we can definitely anybody could write a song about, I'm sure, if we really sat down and thought about it. There's a lot of things that people don't think about when
Totally.
they're on
You're
the
bearing your
outside.
soul. You are
Hmm.
being very vulnerable and confessional when you're putting music
Yeah.
out in the way that you are. And especially with a genre that is like so unique as you have. And
Hmm.
when I was doing my research on you and listening to the music, I found it very approachable and I found it very catchy. And I love that you're able to be yourself, show your personality in your own style in a way that, like you said, can still get people up to dance. It's a
Hmm.
wonderful, wonderful thing.
Yeah, well, thank
Yeah.
you.
So, what's coming next from Isabella Bloodcraft? After we're coming out of this pandemic, live performance will start up a bit. What are your plans as a musician and a performer?
Well, my next step is to have my album released. It's very
Cool.
close to being done, so I don't have a release date quite yet, but hopefully by the end of the year it'll be out. That's my goal, but it's very, very
Awesome.
close. So that's my next big thing, and definitely would love to keep performing because that's what I really love to do.
Cool.
Coming from a drag background, especially, I did drag in Victoria before our transition and a little bit after my transition, so I definitely have a lot of kind of inspiration from that as well.
Yeah, so you're comfortable on a stage. You know how to perform in front of
Hmm.
an audience. And
Yeah.
performing your own songs is, you know, again, confessional. It takes some guts. So,
Yeah,
it's
I'm very
exciting.
excited. A little nervous, of course, but I think it's going to be a great show. So
Can you tell us what the new album's going to be called, or is it a secret?
it is a secret right now.
Okay,
I'm
fair enough.
trying
Fair
to
enough.
keep it hush hush, just because
Yeah.
I haven't. It's one of the songs on the album that hasn't been released yet is the name of the album, so I don't want to kind of release that without the song
Fair
being
enough.
out yet.
Fair
So
enough.
yeah.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing that. So
Thank
once
you.
again, everyone, you can find Isabella Bloodcraft on Spotify, Apple Music, anywhere you stream your music. Check out The World Is on Fire. It's my personal favorite. Although I really enjoyed like everything I listened to, but that one was really amazing. Look out for the new single, Break Free, coming on July 9th, and then a Pride performance in Victoria July 4th, and then the live QUSIC show on July 5th. You can watch it here on Unicorns Live, or you can watch it in person at the Friends of Dorothy's Lounge. So, Isabella, before we go, I just want to ask,
For sure.
pandemic banger, what was your favorite song? What got you through this crazy year?
Is it wrong to say one of my own songs? Because
No,
The World
that's
Is on
the best
Fire is
answer.
probably the one
Yes.
that I would say would be my banger this year. Been working
Cool.
really hard on music, so that was, I think, right in the middle of the pandemic. So that's definitely the one, I think.
That's so cool. It's a great answer and a great song. Thank you so much for joining us, Isabella. It's been a real pleasure talking to you.
Thank you. It's been nice talking to you as well, Maddie.
Yes, and I will try to be there for the show in Victoria on the 5th, where I hope you will play The World Is on Fire.
We will see. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye.